Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong, and that is a 20-minute timer, not a 23-minute timer. I need to do it the right timing. What do you do? We're here on the sinking ship, and it looks like it's time for all the rats to abandon the sinking ship, because right now the rats on the sinking ship seem to be man-eating monsters. I'm suspecting that's going to include a certain shaman. You may... What do you want? What do you do on the raft? A bit of this, a bit of that. I'm an artist, or rather I used to be an artist and a socialite and a man about town. By town I meant raft, of course. He spreads his hands. Now I mostly find myself shut away here on the sinking ship's upper deck. I've been festering away here for months, desperately clinging to finer things in life. He sniffs. Quite the tale of woe, really. You just loiter around and socialize. Fine and noble profession. He takes another sip, spoiling the brandy in his mouth. But you're a street-level operative, no? Blue-collar work, I wouldn't expect you to understand. Now, if that will be quite all, he glances at the door. We'll leave you to your business. I wonder how many of these will actually prove useful. There is something here that I did not look at, isn't there? Some tags, they seem relatively fresh. They haven't been here long. No, I've looked at that. This squatter's in need of immediate medical attention. Her torso is a gory mess, and an ever-expanding pool at her feet tells you that she was well on her way to bleeding out. Ooh, no healing magic, not enough biotech. She peers at you through sunken eyes set into an alarming gray face. Please, help me. Patch her up. Hold still, this might sting a little. You crack open a medikit and go to work. Within minutes you've run a saline drip into her arm and sealed the wound with liquid skin. A final slap patch of adrenaline and painkillers gets the woman up onto her feet. Shakily she extends her hand in greeting. I don't know who you are, stranger. You just saved my life. If I can ever return the favor, let me know. What's your name, friend? Maria Lamb. My friends call me Sparrow. It's good to meet you, Sparrow. Better luck for me that I met you. If I hadn't, I think I'd bled out now. How did you get shot? I was part of the last mutiny attempt. Made it through that all right, but I guess that I also made some enemies. I don't know who shot me, but it's a fair bet that someone on this boat is holding a grudge. We'll let you get on with your day. All right, but if you ever need anything else, you know where to find me. Interesting. Ship inhabitant. Slender human woman in shabby overalls looks up from her work with a frown. You can't help but notice the scars on her neck. Her eyes flit from you to Isabel. When they land on Gobbet, her face lights up. I'll be damned, Gobbet. Hello, Yasmin. It's good to see you again. Yeah, you too. Where the hell have you been all these years? On a different boat, funny enough. Yaz, I'm a little out of the loop on what's happening here. Could you do me a solid and fill us in? Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'll tell you what I know. Have you had any close encounters with the devil rats? Yeah, don't go downstairs unless you absolutely have to. The lower decks are absolutely crawling with the things. Tell us what's been happening here. She looks uneasy. Well, we're all struggling to deal with the devil rat infestation. You probably know about them. With all the rats around, there aren't many volunteers for the maintenance crews anymore. It gets lonely out here. That's it. That's all I have to say. Her cheeks flush red. Yes, you're talking to me here, so tell me what's going on. I can't help you if I don't know what's happening. Yasmin's eyes dart up and down the hall, scanning for anyone who might be coming. Her hands begin to shake. After a moment, she leans to her gobbet and lowers her voice to a whisper. Yeah, all right, she swallows. The raft is cursed. I think that I know what you're talking about, Yaz. I could feel it all the way back home. But tell me more. I want to hear it from you. Malvina isn't in charge here anymore. She's gone now. I think she may be dead, and whatever it is that's taking her place, it's horrible. I don't even know what it is, but it isn't human, and the worst part is, it talks over the intercom using her voice. She claps a hand over her mouth, eyes wide, her entire body is shaking. Thanks, Yaz, that helps, believe it or not. It helps. She nods mutely, still struggling to calm herself. I'll leave you to your work. Yeah, thanks. Be careful out there. What happened to your neck? I think you might be Cadmus, and I think you might be able to tell us about this trap. The dwarf's milky eyes track you as you approach. A wave of recognition washes over his face, but his movements remain lethargic. Eventually, he manages to slur out a few words. Gobbet, back after all. Gobbet, back after all this time. Yeah, I'm sorry it's taken so long. Gobbet stares at the dwarf wide-eyed. It's good to see you again, Cad. Gobbet's told me about you. How are you feeling? Perfect. Thanks for asking. He struggles to contain a burst of coughing. I mean, I'm dying, and my home has gone to shit. And we're probably going to sink into the bay, but otherwise I'm great. With a visible effort, he shifts his focus to Gobbet. Welcome home, girl. Been a long time. Cadmus, Save it, I'm not mad. I'm mostly just happy to hear your voice again. It's good to have a friend. Are you sick, Cadmus? He grins between his sunken eyes and hollow cheeks. The end result is ghastly. Ill? I would definitely say, definitely ill. Vitus is the real bitch. Even a neutered strain like this one can really knock you on your ass. You'll be okay, Cad. You're a dwarf and a shaman. That's 2 big points in your favor. You're going to walk this off, you'll see. Spare me the pep talk. I'm too tired to walk. He coughs into his sleeve. Cad, save it. I know what my chances look like, and they ain't good. I've seen a lot of our friends loaded into those cots, Gobbet. They all went out in garbage bags. Anyway, he wrestles his mouth into a friendly smile. Let's talk about something else, huh? All of this doom and gloom is getting to me. Tell us what's happening here. Bad things. A lot of good people died. Something's gone rotten on this raft, Gobbet. You know what I mean. Toxic. Yeah, I could feel it too. I could feel it all the way back home. Her throat moves, but it takes a moment for her voice to catch up. Cadmus, where are our friends? What happened to Yasmin and Anson and Malvina? Anson's dead. He never made it into the sick room, just disappeared, but I know where he went. He stabs a finger downward at the floor. Yasmin's still with us, small favors right, but the fight has gone out of her. She's content to do what she's told and tremble. Malvina ain't Malvina anymore. What is she? I don't know what it is. It's definitely toxic, but as for what it is... His voice trails off. Cadmus stares up at Gobbet helplessly. Malvina went off the rails because of that damn bauble I gave her. That's what happened, isn't it? It ain't her, Gobbet. It's something else. He struggles to contain another cough. Eventually it passes. But yeah, that shiny red egg you and Sui lifted is the cause of it, I think. The ugliness was already inside of her, but that thing brought it out. She squeezes her eyes shut, balls her hands in her fist. Shit! He said Malvina isn't herself anymore, so what is she? You ever heard of a rat king? It's an old folklore thing. Bunch of rats all fused together. Their tails all wrapped and twisted into a great big knot. That's what Mal has become. I don't know how many different spirits she's tied her essence to. The last time I opened my third eye to her, I couldn't see where they ended and she began. What does that even mean? I'd never heard of... It means she ain't human anymore, girl. Her aura is bound to other things, alien things, all tangled and twisted and grown together. They're all one being now, a rat king. It talks like Malvina, but it ain't her no more. So this rat, is she possessed? No, best as I can tell, she invited this, welcomes it. Malvina and the things she's tied to are all one being now, a collective, and to listen to them talk, they like it that way. Another long, wet cough interrupts his speech. I should have told Gobbet this wasn't her fault. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. The talisman the Rat King is holding, the shiny object, do you know how it works? Nah, I tried sensing it once. The only thing that I took away from the experience was a migraine. Felt like there were railroad spikes buried behind my eyes for days. All I can tell you for certain is that it still works. As long as the Rat King's connected to that thing, you can't hurt it. Any holes you put in its body will close up on their own. So what are we expected to do against that? That bauble makes the thing unkillable, then you need to find a way to get that bauble away from it. Gobbet managed to do that during Sui's rebellion. I'll bet she could do it again. Did you try to fight this Rat King? Yeah, I'd had enough. A lot of us had, so we took a page from Sui's book. He offers you a sickly grin. We mutinied. He gestures at the writhing bodies on the cots of the sick room. This is what's left of our side. Been locked in here for 5 days now, waiting for fighters to finish the job. The rest of us got fed to the rats. Doesn't seem to have gone very well. No, it didn't. The half smile on his face evaporates. Truth is, we weren't prepared for how many of these bastard rats Malvina had bred, and we weren't expecting our shipmates to fight on her behalf. Why would the others stop you from taking the ship back? That doesn't even make sense. Why do you think, girl? Fear? Fear of death? Fear of being gnawed apart by 100 vermin? Fear of that thing? So, they're just afraid. Scared shitless is a better way of putting it, and I can't blame them. If anything, we're the crazy ones for trying to fight that thing. The Rat King soldiers only serve it because they're afraid, then maybe we can turn them away from it. Could do. They might rally around someone they know, someone they lived with and fought for them years ago. He eyes Goblet. That was a subtle hint, girl. I've got a better idea. We're going to get you and your people onto lifeboats, and then we're sending this raft to the bottom of the bay, and the Rat King is going with it. You can't mean it. This is our home. We've got nowhere else to go, Gobbet. I'm not going to let that thing force us to put this raft to the torch. You've already tried it your way. Look what happened. Maybe it's good that you leave this place. I've lived in a place like this before. I've seen what it can do to people. She grew up in the walled city, Cad. And she knows what we've got to look forward to if you sink this raft. Because we sure as hell can't afford to live anywhere else. He cranes his neck to look at Gobbet, pleading. Desperation burns in his eyes. Gobbet, it isn't too late for the sinking ship. We can still turn this thing around. My mutiny failed because the Rat King knew things that we didn't. You can succeed if you'll try. My gut says we should sink the raft. It said that from the moment I arrived here. That's what Rat wants me to do, so that's what I'm going to do. Gobbet, Cadmus might be right. If we could drum up enough support, I think we could retake the sinking ship. Rise now. Have you forgotten the first lesson I taught you, Seattle? Always go with your gut. And my gut says, spare us the lecture, Gobbet. Cadmus is right. You're going off half-cocked again. The truth is, we can save this raft if you want to. You can save this raft if you want to. If you don't, tell us, and we'll sink it. Look, Gobbet, things have changed since you decided to sink this raft. You can see that, right? She sets her jaw, draws a deep breath, and slowly releases it. All right. Cad, if you're sure you can keep up your end, I'd be willing to help you with your mutiny, but if their people fuck it up, I'm sinking this thing, got it? Yeah, and thanks. With your help, we can do this. That remains to be seen. He waves her off. Go on. Get moving and convince as many people as you can to help us. When the time comes, whoever you don't bring around to our side is going to fight against us, so be thorough about it. When you're ready for us to make our move, trigger the shipboard's alarm system, 2 blasts, then we'll start kicking indoors. All right, Cad, 2 blasts starts the mutiny, but if we sound the alarm once and leave it, you get your people the hell off this raft, got it? 1 blast means you're sinking the raft. You do that, I'm kicking your bony ass from here to Macau, but yeah, I hear you. Another long, wet cough racks his body. You get all that, stranger. You know what you're supposed to do. We convince people to join you, then trigger the alarm. 1 blast means we're sinking the raft. 2 means the mutiny is on. Got it. Good, and thanks. And Gobbet, thank you. Does me good to know that you're with us on this. Okay, so first things first, saving. Okay. Second things, talking to people. Glad to have you on our side, stranger. When the time for the mutiny comes, you can count me in. Please. You're back. Why? The Rat King has ruled here for long enough. We're taking it down, and we could use your help. Her eyes go wide. You'll get yourself killed even talking like that. You'll get me killed with you. Get the hell out of here right now. I won't take part in another damned mutiny. Think. How does it help you for the Rat King to stay in control? I warned you not to talk. Okay. That was a bloody mess. What am I doing? What do I look like for medical supplies? I'm not doing terrible. Oh, I'm not doing bad. Gobbet has nothing. There. Okay, Gobbet now has one thing. Okay. Yasmin, please be on our side. Gobbet, you're back! We're taking the ship back, Yasmin. We need your help. Another mutiny? No, not me. Go to someone else. I saw what happened last time. Last time you didn't have me here. We're going to kill the monster that stole Malvina's voice, yes. You've got my word on that. She stares at Gobbet long and hard. Finally, she acquiesces with a nod. All right, Gobbet. I'm in. I'm terrified, but I'm in. Her voice breaks. She continues on. I'm no fighter. You know that. I keep the ship afloat, but that's about it. But I'll do what I can to help. You'll be okay, Yasmin, I promise. Circle up with your brother. I'm sending everyone we can convince to meet up with him in the sick room. He'll tell you what to do from there. Okay. Terminal. Water drips down from a leak in the ceiling to the splatter against the case of this ancient terminal. It's a miracle this thing is still functional. Blinking green cursor awaits your input. Read the first message. Chung Sun Anson, we need to talk about these new regulations that you keep handing down. Look, I used to be a merchant marine. I get it. I know how important procedure is on a boat, but I know the mindset that you're working against. But some of these new regs are bordering on draconian. They're getting in the way of our maintenance crews downstairs. Order is a good thing. Micromanaging isn't. So let's talk about it, okay? Damned rats. We've got a hell of an infestation going on in the lower levels, and we need to start doing something about it. Can I count on you and your boys to help me with this? I know that Im would frown on what I'm proposing, but she isn't doing anything to help. We have to take matters into our own hands before things get ugly. Quarantine. This is exactly what I was afraid of, see. Those bloody rats have eaten us out of house and home. And now their food supply is gone. They've decided to turn on us. It's pretty clear that Im can't or won't use her magic to fix this, so it's on us to deal with the fallout. I've had the upstairs maintenance crew set aside a couple of containers as quarantine area for sick room. It's inevitable that we're going to start seeing people getting sick, and we need a place to shelve them. If we don't do this, we're going to have a panic on our hands. Vitus deaths aren't pretty. Meaty. Yes, tell your brother I got his note, and that I'll be there. I don't know what all of this is about, but I have a guess, and if I'm right, well, I'm in. Things have to change around here for all of our sakes. Okay, there was something over here. But before I do that, I realize I did not ask about the trap. These did not last very long. The problem is, what we're facing is going to be magic. When did all this start? It must have been sometime after Gobbet left. No, not long, maybe a week or so. We couldn't see it at the time, but it was happening. I'd stake my life on it. I don't get this. Everything was fine when I left the raft. I mean, the vibe here had changed, but Malvina was still Malvina. If anything, she was even stronger than the woman I'd known. Yeah, she got strong all right. Strong and mean. It started small. A couple months after Sui's mutiny, Malvina started proposing new rules. She said she was cracking down on infractions, keeping order to keep us safe, but over time those rules started piling up, and gradually the punishment started getting worse. Do you think that the shiny object corrupted her somehow? No, I think it gave her power and she corrupted herself. No judgment, though. I think that in her place, a lot of us would do the same. That's what I mean when I that's what I mean when I say that she had it all in her all along. I think she'd always been afraid, had always used rules to protect herself. The trinket took that fear and focused it like a lens, and that opened the door to what she's become. I don't think Malvina can even be described as a she anymore. It is really a they. Our friend is dead, or changed so much that she might as well be, and the things that wearing her skin don't belong in this world. There's a trapped room at the end of this hall. You know anything about that? Yeah, me and my crew built the thing. Let me guess, Malvina's orders? He nods. First thing she asked us to do after Swee's little rebellion, we started working on the thing the week after you left. Yasmin was in charge of the project. And charge? Guys, watch your editing. Can you tell us how to get past it? No. He coughs wetly into sleep. No, but Yaz can. She should be somewhere on this level. Go find her. Tell her I sent you. We will. Thanks, Cad. Don't mention it. He dabs specks of blood from his lips. We should go. Hang in there, man. I ain't going nowhere. Be safe. So, out this way. You're just hanging there. You're back. Tell me why. You're back. Tell me why. He smiles down at Isabel, saluting with his glass. We're taking the singing ship back from the Rat King. Will you help us? He shakes his head. No, I'm afraid not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. If you don't, socialites, I can see that you're a man who enjoys the finer things in life. You'll never have them as long as the Rat King is control. 500 new yen can buy a lot of brandy. If you don't get off your scrawny ass and fight, I'll snap you in half like a twig. How does that sound? Fair. It sounds fair. Please don't hurt me. That was satisfying. When the lightning fighting starts, you take our side. Got it? Yes, yes, of course. You can count on me. Because I'm terrified. Okay. You, Sparrow? Thanks again for your help. I'd have bled out if you hadn't come along. We're going to take another run at the Rat King. We're going to kill it this time. We could use your help. I want to help, I do, but I can't do much without supplies. I'll make you a deal. You hook me up with some medical supplies, I'll join your mutiny. Give her your Give her your medkit. A deal is a deal, and I have a debt to pay. A deal's a deal, and I have a debt to repay. When you make your move on the Rat King, I'll be there to help. Good. Head to the quarantine area and meet up with Cadmus. He'll let you know what to do. I have a few things to take care of here first, but I will. You've got my word on that. We do need to talk to Yasmin again, because she knows about the trap. And it's time for a new video. See you in a moment.